Well, if you thought the Calgary Summit wasn't good enough, we've got another new signing for you. Delighted to be joined by Tyler Busch. Tyler, again, I'm asking all the guys. It's almost ice hockey season, but it is still summer. How's your summer going? Where are you? And have you at least got some decent weather? Because we've got some light drizzle in Cardiff today.
Yeah, it's been good. The summer's been going well so far. I'm back home, actually, my hometown, Lloydminster, Alberta. We do have a little bit of sun here today, but yeah, it's kind of depending on the day. Yesterday was a bit rainy, so yeah, enjoying my off season. Been home for about a month now, ready to kind of gear up and get going here. Looking forward. I think we're just over a month before I take off here, so getting really anxious and excited to be there and get started.
So Tyler, the most important question before we get to all things Devils: when the Battle of Alberta gets played out on Hockey Night in Canada, which side are you on?
Yeah, I'm an Oiler guy. Been an Oiler fan my whole life, and there's been some tough years through my childhood, but kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here, getting McDavid and Draisaitl and those guys. Looks like they're getting closer every year. So yeah, these last couple of years have been a lot of fun, but some tough years when I was younger for sure.
Absolutely. McDavid and Draisaitl, not a bad 1-2 punch there. Let's turn our attentions to you, Tyler. And, the first thing that stands out, I got to say, is your size for a center ice, 6'3", well, 190 plus pounds. When you're trying to drive that center lane and get inside position, I guess those stats are an advantage.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a bit of a bigger guy. I feel like I skate well for a big body. So, I just try to play an honest 200-foot game, and people will see that I like to be physical and very competitive. So, yeah, I like to use my size to my advantage, but I just like to play an honest game, 200 foot, take care of my own end, and kind of let the offense take care of itself.
So I'm not trying to pump your tires or blow smoke too much, but you sound like a coach's dream, because I'm reading the resume, and in the AJHL you were most dedicated player 1 year, and you put up points, but your plus minus is good. As you say, it looks like you can play a 200-foot game. Are you just a good all-rounder?
I would say that I take pride in that. Yeah, and first and foremost, just try to be a good teammate and somebody that my teammates enjoy seeing at the rink every day. I try to be as coachable as possible. Whatever the team kind of needs, I'm willing to do it, kind of thing. And I feel like that's just the way I was raised and the way I've kind of grown up. And yeah, I think that that's kind of the one way that I approach the game, is just to play an honest way and earn respect and kind of do it the hard way. And I feel like it's worked out well for me so far. So just going to continue to do that.
Keep doing what you're doing. So how did the move to the Devils come about, Tyler? Who reached out to whom? And we're excited to have you. But was it the owners? Was it Todd Kelman? Was it Pete Russell? How did the move to Cardiff come about?
Yeah, well, I was kind of looking at my options over in Europe. I've never been overseas yet, apart from a couple months during COVID. So yeah, I was, the team reached out to me right away and got in contact with my agent, and it was literally within a couple of days. I had a conversation with Neil. I had a conversation with Todd and Pete as well, and nothing but good things from their end, and made the decision for me really easy. Yeah, like I said, it was a couple days and a couple conversations, and I knew that it was a spot that I definitely want to be. So I'm excited for the opportunity and to do something new. I'm really looking forward to it.
So every off season when I do these interviews, Tyler, the hockey is a global game, but the hockey community seems pretty small. You've played or you've known somebody. I assume you did your due diligence. Did you ask around about Cardiff?
I did, yeah. And honestly, I've heard nothing but good things. I know everybody probably says the same thing, but yeah, it's obviously a well-liked spot. You see guys going back year after year, and I think that's a telltale that it's a good spot to go. And you see guys, good players that are keep on returning to Cardiff. That's exciting for me, and obviously the the city, the fans, the success of the team over the years. Those are all things that have kind of attracted me to Cardiff and made the decision super easy.
So again, kind of returning to things we've touched upon already. First of all, we've talked about your mentality to the game and your dedication and values and how you were raised. Another thing that stands out on your resume, you've worn the C in a couple of organizations that you've been at. So leadership, mentoring, whether that be by example or speaking out loud when things have to be said in the locker room, that's something that sits comfortably with you.
Yeah, it's something that I've been in that situation before many times, and I think that I've just learned from really good leaders before me. I would say that's kind of how I've gone about it. I think everywhere I've played, my first couple of years, I've had really good leadership groups that I've been able to look up to and kind of take things from them and use that when I become one of the older guys. So yeah, I've have been fortunate to play with some really good players and some really good leaders, and just kind of trying to pick up things every year and just try to be the best teammate and the best leader that I could possibly be.
And just returning to your size, maybe this is me being armchair coach, or maybe in North American parlance, Monday morning quarterbacking, but I assume you're an option on the power play. You could go there and create a screen and get into traffic, and that's something that Pete Russell may have in mind for you.
Yeah, this past year I was fortunate enough to be on our power play and playing the net front. Obviously, with my size, trying to create chaos in front of the net and getting in the goalie's eyes. That's a position I'm pretty comfortable being in. I love battling in front of the net and scoring the tougher goals inside. So that's definitely somewhere I'm comfortable. And any power play looks are great. So would love to be there, and we'll just see how it plays out. But yeah, just looking forward to get going and seeing how the team takes off here.
Tyler, the question, or the cliched question I ask every newcomer to the Devils, to the UK, playoff hockey is the best hockey in the world. We kind of play playoff hockey from September onwards. It's game 7 because the league title, it's a European thing or a football thing. That's our big one. Does that excite you? Obviously, it's different. It's exhausting, but I guess it's got to be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'd say that playoffs are the best time of year. I love rising to the occasion, and the bigger the stakes, the more fun it is for me. So can't wait to get in those games. I feel like in college when I played, it was kind of a similar situation. All of our games were pretty meaningful because we played so few, and I love that. That's every play and every little mistake is magnified kind of thing. So you got to be on your game and you got to be prepared and ready to play for those nights.
So just a bit flippantly, you've got certainly the best mustache on the team coming in this year, and you're at Arizona State University. Is it just an Arizona thing? Because obviously Austin Matthews, wears a pretty nice tash as well. Is it just a rule down there? You've got to have a good tash.
Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of adopted it when I lost the hair on my head, and I figured I can't really do the beard, so the mustache is gonna have to do for now. But yeah, I haven't been so fortunate with the hair on my head, so I'm glad I can get the mustache going.
Hey, you and me both, Tyler. Don't worry about it. We're excited to have you. I asked the guys this year. We've got a fanatical fan base, and they'll reach out and they'll love you, and it's a real welcoming place in Cardiff. Any message for the fans as you're about 6 weeks away from coming to the Devils?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about the fan base. That's something I'm looking forward to playing in front of everybody and meeting the fans. And I mean, the one thing really on my mind is lifting some trophies at the end of the year. So I'm excited to get there and see what the atmosphere is really like. And I'm expecting big things. So I can't wait to get there and meet everyone.
Tyler, we're excited to have you. We're looking forward to meeting you. Enjoy the rest of the summer in Alberta, but we look forward to seeing you in Cardiff in about 6 weeks' time. Welcome to the Cardiff Devils.
Yeah, thank you very much. I can't wait.